All right, looking at Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, this movie kind of has me split right down the middle. Um, Truthfully, there are pieces of this, there are segments in this movie that give me hope. And when I watch them, like if I were to watch that isolated, a piece of this movie isolated, I'd say, okay, this has a lot of potential. But when all of the different pieces come together, this movie's really disjointed. And I know I'm not the only reviewer saying this. I'm not gonna. This is not gonna be an unpopular opinion. Now, I will say that the people in the theater next to me seemed to enjoy it. There was a couple moments that they chuckled or laughed. There was a couple moments where they were like, "Oh, that was cool." So I will say, like, the overall vibe in the movie theater is pretty good, and with good reason. I'll go to Box Office Mojo here, and maybe we'll talk about the price of this movie and how much it's made. But because we can actually look at that here in just a second. Let me jump over to the screen. So Jurassic World Rebirth, $318 million this weekend. That's not all entirely updated numbers. Now this is over the course of 5 days. That is important to understand. This is not like a 3 day release anymore. It's like they're not releasing movies on Fridays or even Thursdays anymore. Now it's like Wednesday night. Like they keep trying to make these weekends sound like they're more impressive than they actually are. But for an opening day, 91 million is really good, right? This movie is performing better than most of the movies right now. So I will give it props. But let's just talk quickly about the actual movie itself, because I think there's a lot of problems here, and I think they could be solved. So I may do a whole separate video about how I would fix Jurassic World Rebirth. Let me know in the comments if you want to see that. I am a writer, I am a filmmaker, so I have a pretty good insight on how to actually take something like this and turn it into something really good. But this movie missed a major mark in the first act. I think, just glossing over it quickly without spoiling anything, there's a severe lack of character development. So what ends up happening throughout the entire film is you don't care about these characters. Obviously, the cinematography is beautiful. Obviously, the dinosaurs. We're at a place now where the CGI is extremely realistic, and then they clearly brought in some real elements as well, some feet and some legs and things like that that were actually real, and you could touch them and stuff like that. But the premise of this film does not really make sense. The way that they go about solving, the issue does not really entirely make sense. The fact that there's a family cruising through these deadly waters that you're not supposed to go through. They try to play it off and say, oh well, there's 50,000 boats in this sea at any given time. It could have happened to anybody, but in reality, you're going through extremely dangerous waters in a sailboat. Like, just the way things line up, it's so convenient. It's so they tried to make you care about this family. They tried to make you care about these characters, but they went about it in the exact wrong way. Instead of actually showing you them and how they get there and why they're going there and what they're doing, they show you the character. They tell you you have to care about this person through exposition that comes in the second act, and some in the first act, but a lot comes in the beginning of the second act. Guys, it just doesn't make sense. The way that they built these characters really doesn't make sense. We're supposed to care about this little girl and all these different characters, but they started too late. It's like if they rewound a week and we got to meet this family and we got to meet this mercenary and actually see who they were talking about. There's a scene in the movie where Mahershala Ali and ScarJo, right, Scarlett Johansson, are talking to each other because they have this past history, and they're both like tough mercenaries. Scarlett Johansson's a tough mercenary. Figure that one out. But anyway, they're both talking about like people that they knew in the past together, and those people are either dead or not part of their family anymore, or not part of their lives anymore. And it's all, they're talking as if we're supposed to know who those people are and supposed to care about those people, but we don't. They don't show a picture of them. They don't show any video of them. They don't show anything about them other than these two people are talking about something that you're not on the inside of, and we don't care. That's the issue, is like with these movies, is they don't know how to build good characters anymore. I feel like this is a plague that's been happening to modern filmmaking, is they keep missing the most important ingredient, which is the human experience. That's why we love movies, or that's why we're supposed to love movies, is because you see yourself in these characters, and then you experience this extreme situation with them, whether it's a dramatic, whether it's a love story, whether it's going to see dinosaurs on an island because money, right? And Scarlett Johansson's character is all over the place. At first, it's just about the money, and then it's about saving a family on a boat, and then it's about the money, and then it's about saving the world, and then it's about, who knows, her friends, right? It just kept going all over the place. So really poor character building. Really, the world is already built, so we don't really need the world to be built anymore. And I think another thing that they really messed up too is, like, this is an island of mutant dinosaurs, and you'll see if you watch the movie, you know, whether in the theaters or whether at home, it's an island of mutant dinosaurs. But it's almost like when you see superheroes fight each other. You ever get annoyed that, like, Batman or Superman, or really Batman is not a great example, but like Thor or Hulk or Superman, any of these majorly strong, almost overpowered superheroes, especially like Superman, their powers are inconsistent, or they only use them when it's convenient for the plot. I feel like this is a really big problem that movies have. And you don't see that as much in the comics, even though you do see it sometimes too. But like these dinosaurs, there's this one real big mutant juggernaut dinosaur, and you're thinking that it's going. Let's see if we can find it in this trailer here. I don't remember if it's in the trailer. No. See if they have it in here somewhere. Anyway, there's this huge mutant dinosaur that they talk about, and it's like supposed to be super scary, which it's not. It just looks stupid. And they're on top of this mountaintop, and they have to get down to the water really fast. So the one dude drives a car, and the other guys like slide down this tunnel, and the dinosaur is already down there, which it started at the top of the hill. Now it's at the bottom of the hill, super conveniently. It's down there extremely quickly, right? And they get down there the same speed that before a car gets down there. So they get down there first, not using a vehicle. This dude doing 50 miles an hour down the road can't beat them walking through a tunnel. And then this dinosaur also happens to go to the same place at the same time. Doesn't make any sense. And then conveniently, this super fast dinosaur that made it all the way down this hill as fast as a Humvee does, when it's Mahershala Ali's character sacrifices himself to save the day, this thing walks slower than Mahershala Ali can swim while looking backwards at it, and literally him walking backwards as slow as you can possibly imagine before he jumps in the water. And it can't even kill Mahershala Ali, but it can kill the bad guy. It can kill him in 2 seconds by biting him in half, right? But when Mahershala Ali goes, this thing is ultra slow, far more stupid, and is the least scary dinosaur in the dinosaur. It's just some mutant in the entire movie. So just a ton of inconsistencies, lots of problems like that. But there are moments, guys, I'm telling you, I don't want to just dump on this movie. There are moments when it's real tense and real creepy, and they're not everybody just has plot armor. Like, the people that you think are gonna die so fast, and they die so they just throw them away. They just throw these people away, and then the people that should die because they're doing really stupid things don't die because they have plot armor, because they're a young girl or something like that. It's just, it's so unrealistic at times that it's frustrating. But I'm gonna make a separate video saying how I would fix this movie, because it could have been really good. I'm telling you, it could have been really good. there are moments when it's really tense and it's dark and there's dinosaurs, you know, behaving rationally like a dinosaur would, like peak hunter, and the people are really scared and they're just scrambling to stay alive, and they're making good decisions, and those decisions either save them or don't. Like, that's when this movie, it's its best. I will say they tried to recapture the magic of the kids in the kitchen when the raptors come in. They have like these raptor bird things, and they're in a little convenience store area. They tried to recapture that magic, and you could tell it was the most just derivative, contrived. Like, they just wanted that magic again, and they capture it maybe like 15-20% of it. It certainly does not get you on your feet, uh, on the edge of your seat like the first movie does. But they tried. Um, but just very low originality here. It's just member berries, right? So I think, I think this could be saved, with a rewrite of the script and with a reshoot. We're so far past that. Obviously, that would and could never happen. But I think if another Jurassic World is made, I would love to be a part of the writers' room, because I think I could fix this movie or make a movie better than this very easily. And I'm going to show you how I would do that in the next video. But let's just end the review here. I'm going to give this. This is an average movie. This could have been a 7, 7.5, maybe even an 8, if they had developed the characters in the first act like you're supposed to, and actually made us care about these people. Could have been a pretty good movie. But this is a 5 out of 10. This is extremely average. This is an extremely average movie. And that's pretty much it for me. I can't think of a reason that you'd go see this in the theaters other than big dinosaurs. And if you're really into that thing, then go see it in the theaters. Otherwise, I think that this will probably die off in the next week or two in the box office and not reach these billion-dollar numbers that people are hoping for. I think this will probably hit like 680 million. Yeah, 680 feels like a really good number. That's my prediction, 680 million in the box office. It could smash past that, but I think it's really not a good movie. So I'm wondering if it won't just tank second and third week and just kind of die off around like that 700 million mark. That's my guess. My reviews, it's 5 out of 10. It's just an average movie. Save it for Netflix or something like that. But yeah, that's it, guys. Let me know what you think if you saw it down below. Curious to hear your opinion. And I'll see you in the next video where I'm going to tell you how I would fix this movie. That's it for me. I'll see you next time.